Okay, so after that, after she was born and they took her and her dad went and watched her, get her blood drawn and shots and all that stuff. They had me in a room um, by myself with. They said I can have one other person there for an hour, but I was pretty drugged up with lots of medicine. Also, I forgot to mention that the whole time before I had her, like when they were trying to keep my blood pressure down, I was on lots of different blood pressure medicines, which and I was on magnesium, which made me very, very uncomfortable and warm and upset and just it's not good. And I was so happy when I got to get off of that. Okay, so after she was born, my blood pressure was still high. Also, right before I had her, like maybe right before they gave me the Pitocin, my blood pressure had reached 203 over 101, and I've never seen blood pressure be that high. And the thing about having high blood pressure, sometimes you don't know it. Like I felt fine before I went to the hospital. I didn't know that I had high blood pressure. But so I got to see her and she was so sweet and beautiful and little and I tried to breastfeed her, but I was so drugged up that I could barely function. And I was in pain. And also when you have a C-section, they have to come back and poke on your stomach to make sure that you're. I don't even know why they did it. I think it's to make sure you're bleeding correctly and to get the gas air out or whatever. But it was painful, and they gave me medicine for that. Well, they told me to ask for the medicine when I needed it, and I was like, okay. So they were like, well, you're only gonna get this medicine twice. So use it wisely. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. If I'm not in pain, I'm just gonna wait. Well, you have to get up and walk. You know, eventually they make you get up and walk. The reason why I couldn't walk on a normal scale, like as far as like, they have a certain time where they have you walk, I couldn't because I had high blood pressure. I couldn't get up. They weren't allowing me to get up. Even when I did get up and walk, they made me lay down because my blood pressure was getting high I um whenever I got up. So also I had a catheter too because I couldn't get up and use the restroom because they weren't allowing me to. But anyway, this was, right before um I got the C section, I got a catheter. Um Also, I've never had a urinary tract infection until after I had got the catheter. So I and I still feel like sometimes that I have a catheter in. So I'm sorry if that's too much information, but it's not. It hurts, and I've never had a urinary tract infection, and I feel sorry for people who have had them throughout their life because they're not nothing to play with. Anyway, so let me see. I had to get up and walk, and so I'm I'm getting up and walking, and as soon as my feet hit the floor, I feel like my stomach was tearing apart. It hurt so bad. I was so angry that they didn't tell me that I needed to constantly take that medicine. They told me that I would be fine if I didn't take the pain medicine back to back. It hurt so bad. I was screaming. It hurt really, really, really bad. So, if you're going to get a C section, if it's a planned or not a planned and you end up getting a C-section, take that medicine. Take it. It how they tell you to take it, or no, take it. After, if you have to take it every 4 hours, take it every 4 hours. Don't wait because it's painful if you do. And so they were telling me you need to get up and walk. I'm like, okay. Then another nurse comes in there and says you can't walk. Another nurse comes in there and says you need to get up and walk. So it's back and forth. Where I went, it was okay. Um, some of the nurses were good and some of them weren't that great. But also with my daughter, she was so small that we were having trouble getting her to eat. So therefore, after about 2 days, the pediatrician came in and said they're going to keep her and see if she can adjust. And they put her on the feeding tube. It was sad, but um, I wasn't too sad because I was glad they knew exactly what was wrong and they were going to fix it. That's how things should work. I think so. So they put on the feeding tube. I'm glad I didn't get to see it happen because I would have been really upset because I wouldn't want to see her in pain. But but after they put the feeding tube in, we got to go down. Well, my husband got to go down because I wasn't allowed to get up still. By the way, I stayed in hospital for 6 days and she stayed in hospital for 2 weeks. Um, well, about 2 weeks and a day she stayed in. But it was we went down there and they told us, we can hold her. That way she can learn that when mommy and daddy holds her, that she's getting full, so that makes her want to eat. Eventually, she got the hang of it. She would have went home sooner, except she had um, a saturation in her oxygen, and whenever that happens, you have to monitor them for a week to make sure that doesn't happen again. So she had to stay an extra week. Excuse me. So during that week, we were home, getting things done, just prepping even more for her. We went seeing her every day. My husband went out to sea like 3 days before she came home. And I was here by myself with her for 2 weeks when she came home. And then my husband came home. And the 2 weeks, I had school to do still. But the good thing though, before I did the school, the good thing is before I had her when I was pregnant, I got ahead in my classes because I knew that she would be coming, and whenever she was here, I couldn't just constantly be on top of school. She was going to be the most important thing. So I got about 3 weeks ahead in school, and then I just took a little bit of break. So the second week she was here, well, actually, no, like I would say the fifth day she was here, I started doing my schoolwork again. Now, emotionally, it was bad just because my hormones all messed up and, my hormones were just going crazy and I was just, sad because I missed my husband and, I was just here by myself. And now that I think about it, I'm a really particular person and I wouldn't want anybody taking care of her except me. Now, as far as like going to get groceries or checking my mail or maybe helping me clean up, that's fine. But taking care of her, no, I don't want anybody else to do that except me. I'm still skeptical about sending her to daycare, but pretty much she gained weight well. She's 9 pounds, 2.5 ounces. Well, that was on Monday, and today's Saturday. But she's a big girl now, and I was skeptical of was I doing it well? Was I feeding her right? Was I feeding her enough? Was I feeding her on time? I was waking up every 2 to 3 hours to make sure that she ate because whenever you have a baby that small, you have to wake up and feed them because they won't wake themselves up. That was her problem whenever we were in the hospital. But now it's fine because she's big enough. She knows when she's hungry. I don't have to wake her up. But although I do still do that sometimes because I'm just you know, like that. I want her to be healthy, but I'm not feeding her too much. I'm feeding her enough, and I'm feeding her. I asked her doctor, the appropriate time to feed her and everything. But overall, I love her so much, and I'm so glad she's here. And it was a wonderful experience. And I wish everybody well on their experiences. Oh, my computer just went up. I wish everybody well on their labor and delivery and their pregnancy. It's a wonderful thing. It's a joyous, joyous thing. Just feeling the baby move inside of you for the first time, having the back pains, and talking to her, and she's laughing after she's born, and just everything you go through. It is worth it. Just think about it for the next for the, actually no for the rest of your life, not for the next 18 years, because after 18 years you don't stop talking to your child. I hope you don't, but anyway, for the rest of your life you get to have this wonderful person there, and you're a part of them, and you are a big part of what role they play in the world. So I think that's a wonderful responsibility, and I am blessed because some people cannot have children, and adoption is a really hard process sometimes. So, but I wish everybody well, and happy baby making, and happy, family time, and, enjoy your family. Um, life is too short, and, you know, all of the bad things that happen are meant to make the good times better. You learn from your mistakes, you know, you make it what it should be, and everything. So I'm gonna go, and maybe I'll make another video about something else. But I appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you will rate, subscribe, and also comment. Ask me anything you want. I might have missed a lot of stuff in the video, but just ask me whatever you want. Okay, I'm gonna go because it's almost 12 minutes. All right, bye.